Hello my wildlings and welcome back to Turnabout Hops. In the last episode, well, we're about to present some evidence that hopefully is going to put Janet Hops in her place, so to speak. Basically she said that nothing of note happened before that she saw Judy with the gun, but apparently she headed in the direction of Gideon's van, so she should have been there and should have seen some stuff. I'm actually just gonna make a new save anyway, though. Time travel, it's useful. Oh. This is glaring what? Pardon? Okay, well, okay, that idea didn't work. So we'll keep looking. When I arrived, my sister stood over the injured Gideon Grey. I did not see Mr. Wilde at the scene. I arrested her since she was the prime suspect. Of course, that was before I knew Nicholas Wilde was the true villain. During the reunion, I left to make sure everyone was behaving themselves. While I was out, a gunshot rang out throughout the entire town. Before that, nothing of note happened. Let's have a look at the evidence, because I feel like that's not entirely the case. Stuffing sugar cookies, that'll come in handy later, I'm sure. Just a Judy Hops, schoolbook, engagement ring. And you were alone during this time, correct? Oh, that is correct. I didn't speak to anyone between meeting you and apprehending my sister. Quite dull, but that's life.
Oh yes, I see. But please include that fact in your testimony.
When the gunshot ran off, I was away from everyone else. In other words, nobody can confirm your story.
I believe my actions will continue, and my continued investigation of this case speaks for itself. And you yourself witnessed my discovery of the scene, did you not? But if you truly intend to fling such ridiculous accusations, at least have some evidence ready.
What do you say is true, Forehead? But Wilde still has no alibi either, and an established motive. I'm afraid you'll have to try a bit harder than that.
I'm getting there. Let's just continue the examination.
When I arrived, my sister stood over the injured Gideon Grey. And you arrested her because she was holding the gun at the time, correct?
Oh, yes, I thought, though the power of hindsight has proved me wrong. But that did seem the correct course at the given time, given our circumstances. Can you truly blame me?
Yes. One question, did you ever see a hair of my client at the scene?
I'm afraid not. In truth, I was too focused on what I saw in front of me to look.
Okay, now add that to your testimony. I did not see Mr. Wilde at the scene. Then how can you be so certain of his guilt?
Oh, the sneaking around, the weird love triangle, a mix of those things. He had the opportunity, he had the capability, he had the motive. Really, I'm just wondering why this trial is still continuing. But anyway,
I arrested her since she was the prime suspect. Despite the fact that she's your own sister, yeah, okay. I'm really not sure now. Of course, that was before I knew Nicholas Wilde was the true villain. You sound eager to make that the truth. During the reunion, I left to make sure everyone was behaving themselves. Why did that job fall to you in the first place?
Neighborhood watch, remember?
It's purely voluntary, but dedicated police force out there. I'm really not sure, because I've been through a lot of this in the last episode. Admittedly, it's been a little while since I recorded, so I'm kind of slightly refreshing my own memory here. While I was out, a gunshot rang out throughout the entire town. Everyone was behaving themselves. Shows Janet Hops with her usual habit of stuffing her pockets with sugar cookies. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the hole in this testimony. No, it's not. Nope. Okay. It's out. But Judy says spoke with Janet. Then she headed in the direction of Gideon's van. I mean, you would note that, wouldn't you? I'm trying to look through. Is there any evidence? Judy Hopps standing over... no. In other words, yeah, okay, been there. Done that. I was away from everyone else. Was she? I'm really not sure at all what evidence to present now. No, not that one, obviously. When I arrived, my sister stood over the injured Gideon Grey. Sure, yeah. Maybe. I did not see Mr. Wilde at the scene. No. I arrested her since she was the prime suspect. No. Of course, it was before I knew Nicholas Wilde was the true villain. I'm really clueless right now. I don't know what to do. I'm so confused. During the reunion, I left to make sure that everyone was behaving themselves. Okay. When, though? I've tried the photograph. That didn't work. I spoke with Janet. Taken by bystander shows Judy Hopps moving the cart. Her gun holster is clearly empty. She is talking with her sister Janet. Nothing of note happened. You were talking to Judy? Maybe it's this one. Okay. Okay, so I was on the right track. It was just the wrong evidence. So you were alone the entire time? I must wonder, why didn't you tell us the truth? After all, it might help solidify your alibi.
Just what are you talking about, Mr. Justice?
Your Honour, recall the camera data provided by Janet herself. On it, the picture in question shows us one thing quite clearly. Janet Hopps encountered and spoke with her sister. Voices are hard, okay.
Indeed, it does appear as though you have been caught in a lie. But why would she? Why hide? She's simply talking with her sister. Unless she doesn't want to look at that moment in further detail.
In further detail?
Yes, Your Honour. During her patrol, Janet approached her sister and began a conversation with her. This is when the photograph was taken. And there is something else that shows this too. I assume... Judy's testimony. Judy's own testimony indicates this very fact. Something you tried to brush under the rug.
So I forgot a small detail. What of it? It is but a simple mistake. No biggie, right?
Perhaps. Or perhaps not. Judy's testimony states that she saw you head straight for Gideon's van the moment you left. You should have arrived ahead of her. If we combine these pieces of evidence, we get the larger story told to us. In the photograph, we see Judy's gun is already missing. You could have taken it during this exchange, and then you left for the van, shooting the victim and setting up the fake evidence.
Ooh. So you're saying that Janet Hopps was in a position to carry out the crime?
That is indeed the case, yes. Both Nicholas Wilde and Janet Hopps had opportunities to commit the deed. At this point, either of them could have done it.
And the fact is, Janet Hopps tried to hide this from us. I think this warrants another look at her story.
please don't put me on the same level as your client. You have used coincidence to manufacture your own version of events.
Manufacture?
Quite. You may have created such a circumstance, but why? Mr. Wilde still has his motive, while I have none. He is the true villain here, not me.
This is also true. Therefore, if you wish to progress with this, you'll need a motive to support your claim. Tell me, do you know why she might have done this?
I don't have any evidence, but... Janet, we never finished our conversation from yesterday. Now... Oh. Do you have something against Nick and Judy? What? You heard me. Yesterday I asked you that same question. I'd wanted to talk about it more, but you ran off.
Because it's a stupid question, that's why.
Well, please answer it one last time. And do that in the next episode, which is when I'll see you all, and I will see you all then. Goodbye, good night, and good luck.